Hello, this is WolfDog107, and I'm bringing you another episode of my thoughts on a video series that I usually make once in a while about specific games that I feel like I should do those types of things on, where I explain my thoughts on them. Now just let me check my downloadable content real quick, and I'll get started. But first up, before we actually do it, I just want to say that I love this game the most out of all the Accel games, to be honest. But I had to get the DLC, goddammit. I don't know why, it's just something about this game compared to the others. This one is the best to me out of all of them for some reason. But yeah, they're great games, really great games. So, Accel World vs. Sword Art Online. This game was pretty good when it first came out. There were enough activities for me to do, some pretty interesting story missions and all that, dialogue, everything, you name it. Now basically, if you've played the Sword Art Online games, but you're coming from Lost Song and forward, then you're going to be a little lost on the beginning, because the Accel games go from the first Accel game, which is Hollow Fragment, and then Lost Song. And I hear a lot of people start out from Lost Song and they don't know about Hollow Fragment, because Hollow Fragment is digital only, as well as Accel World vs. Sword Art. And basically, this game, Accel World vs. Sword Art Online, is just like its predecessor, Lost Song. The reason, I don't know, they're just the same game, but this one is better because it actually focuses more on those like glitches that were in the first one, and it actually made them fixed, and the game was more functional than the last. And one of the things that was an annoyance in the first game was the fucking goddamn lock-on system. And the lock-on system in that game was just, oh my god, it was so bad. But yeah, so this game has some really great enemies to fight. Although I wouldn't say they're too great, they're more of like enemies that are reskins in every new map that you get to. So it's really not a big deal when you get to a new map, because the enemies are all reskins. Sometimes they won't be, but usually like 95% of the time the enemies are reskins every time you get to a different map. So don't look forward to any new enemies at all when you play this game, because they're going to be pretty much the same every map, as well as the same from like the previous game, Lost Song. Now before I continue with all that, the order of the games is Hollow Fragment, Lost Song, Hollow Realization, this one which is Accel World vs. Sword Art Online, and then Fatal Bullet. Keep in mind, I'm just counting the console games, and these are all on PS4, don't worry. Except for Fatal Bullet. Fatal Bullet is on all platforms this time, not just the PlayStation 4, they spread it out to PC and Xbox this time. But originally, they were all PlayStation 4 and Vita games. And hello whoever tuned in, I hope you enjoy. The game did a great job with the combat system in my mind. I think it was actually very well done. And by a person that joined that. Now, when I first played this game, I was really excited to play it because it was one of the games I had known about for a little bit. When I saw these Japanese version of the game videos about the Japanese version of the game, and I was watching those, and it was actually really interesting because it is the same game, but I was interested in how they would do it because it's a collaborative game. But the reason why they didn't have too many other people involved, since it involves 2 series in one game, is because both those series are made by the same person, Reiki Karahara. Now, one thing I have to put out first is that all of the Accel games are not equal in terms of ratings, I would say, and the games are way better than the anime and manga. Let's just say that. And I'm not counting the mobile games in this, but yeah, I got such profiles actually. Yeah, this game was actually really well done. I think that it had a lot of great features when it first came out, and the combat was done well. The target system was actually fixed from Lost Zone, because in Lost Zone it was fucking trash. Like every time you move the camera and try to move your character at the same time, they would switch what you're locking onto so constantly, and it was annoying. And so it was a really fun game to play. Yeah, for this game, that's why I've been playing Fatal Bullet a little bit more often. And when I first got this game, I did do a couple streams for it, but I got off of that because I was like, I kinda don't feel like doing this now. Mainly because I already finished the main game and I just didn't really feel like streaming it that much. But yeah, this game, it had really great stuff involved. Now there were some negatives, such as I mentioned earlier, reskinned enemies, which I fucking hate. Get that shit out of my house. Do not do reskinned enemies. But I forgot the controls. Yeah, this game was actually really well done, and the combat was good. Target system, the story nailed me toward the end, because at the end it was like really emotional. Like the story, props, very well done story. I loved it so much. Now in terms of like enemy variety, as I mentioned earlier, it's not that good. It's really not that good at all. And then the mechanics were actually really well done as well. I had no problems with them. They're pretty much the same. Like, if you played Lost Zone, then you'll know how this game works straight off the bat. It's just that some things are a little bit different, but not that many. All of the mechanics, mainly like 99% of the mechanics in this game are just the same as Lost Zone. Just like a little bit of new additions. hold on. Hello? Yeah? Okay, bye. Okay, so, now this game does have like a New Game Plus, which I'm sure you guys already saw when the stream started. And another thing that I love about this game is that you can switch characters on the bat instead of like in Lost Song you couldn't, because in Lost Song you had to keep going back to the safe area and keep switching characters from there. Whereas in this game you can actually switch them on the fly. I forgot how to do that because I haven't played this game for so damn long. I used to play the SEO games a lot back then. Like, they were my favorite thing to play back then when I was a little bit younger, a few years back. And then when this game came out, I was stoked to play it. Like, I just couldn't wait. And I got on PlayStation 4. But, well, it's PlayStation 4 only. Because, they rarely did Vita support for the SEO games on the Vita. But on PlayStation 4, that's when they mainly worked on it. And, this game has a good variety of characters, as well as the other games, but I'd say this game has the best variety of characters, if you don't include Fatal Bullet. If you include Fatal Bullet, it's more of a competition. But, I forgot what I was gonna say, but, yeah, this game is digital only. Keep that in mind. This game is digital only, just like Hollow Fragment, and, yeah, this game is digital only as well as Hollow Fragment. Those are the only two SEO games that are digital. I'm not sure if the Vita version for Hollow Fragment was digital only, but I know that the PlayStation 4 version was digital only. I'm not sure if there was a remastered version. No, that was a remastered. Yeah. I wasn't sure if there was a PlayStation 3 version, but I just remembered that the Hollow Fragment that I played was Hollow Fragment, so it had like all DLC and everything and all that. Like it was just a remaster or whatever. Yeah, the game is pretty fun. I loved it a lot. And in terms of like character and story, they fit very well. And in this game, you always want to make sure you use your skills a lot, because those are the main things that are going to help you in battle. Because when you're fighting enemies, it can get a little bit hectic, but as long as they have the right skills equipped, you'll be able to handle them easily. Now, as you can see, there's like two different button holders for skills. There's R1 and R2. Those are your main buttons for skills. Well, the ones to get them active. The buttons that you use to actually use those skills. Well, for example, when I hold down R1, I can press up on the D-pad or square to use one of those skills that are in that slot. That's the up on D-pad, and then square is the one that flashes. Like, when you use a skill and you press the button for that skill, you'll know what skill you used when the skill flashes, when its icon flashes. And then you got the, again, the characters, phenomenal. I love them. I loved all the characters in this game. Fuck the character. And they're both dead already, I didn't even notice that. And I gotta get back into this game again. But yeah, overall, this game is actually really fun, and I'd say it's like the best SEO game. If you put it against Fatal Bullet, then I'll have to debate that, because then Fatal Bullet could beat Accel World versus SEO in some aspects. But then again, I'd say like Accel World versus Sword Online is a little bit better, because like it just feels really cool, and it was like the first SEO game to have two instead of just one series in one game. And now it's a whole great variety of characters to play with and all that. And you got all the side quests, which I still haven't even beaten. And you got like so many things to do in this game. Well, not so many things to do, you just got the basic stuff, like basic JRPG stuff. It's more of a smaller JRPG, but it's a really fun game. I highly recommend you get this SEO game if you want. But if you want to, like, get all the games just for the sake of the story, you could do that on PlayStation 4, because on Vita they don't have all the games available, neither do they have all the games available on PC and Xbox. Because Fatal Bullet, that's the first SEO game that came to all platforms, Xbox, PlayStation 4, and PC. PS4 has all the games though, all of the SEO games, so you don't have to worry about the story or anything for that. But if you just don't really feel like getting the other games, but you just want to get one of them, but you still want to know a lot about the story, then I would recommend just getting one game, because they do like talk for a little bit in cutscenes or whatever about the previous events from the other games. There you go, just get any of the games and you'll be good. No, I just wasn't doing much that round because I forgot the controls. So I gotta remember those controls now. And yeah.